Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm God's humble messenger. In today's video, I'm going to discuss one of my favorite authors in the Bible, Paul. Paul wrote with such a sense of urgency that I feel now and that others should embrace as we near the end. This video is based off the article on my website titled, "We Need to Be Like Paul." I will put a link in the description below. You can also find more articles on my website you should definitely check out with more on the way. You can also find links to my social media accounts on my website. Alright, on to my message for today. I've spoken before about having a sense of urgency when it comes to the second coming of the Lord and spreading the gospel to save as many as we can before it's too late. Believe it or not, I sometimes fall into a sense of complacency in this regard, but when I do, I turn to one of my favorite authors in the Bible for motivation, Paul. Paul is one of my favorites to read because of his sense of urgency when it comes to reaching as many people as we can. He does not sugarcoat it. In his writings, he laid it out there like it was, matter-of-factly, not afraid to hurt feelings. This is especially true when it comes to the letters he wrote to the churches. He didn't feel like he had time to mince words. He knew in the grand scheme of things, it might be better to hurt someone's feelings by giving it to them straight and saving their soul rather than trying to tread lightly. He is such an inspiration to me with the courage he displayed in not caring what others thought about him. It didn't matter to him. All that mattered was the people he wrote to getting right with the Lord before it was too late. He believed, as did the disciples, that they were living in the end of days after Jesus ascended into heaven when he was resurrected. They thought they would see his second coming in their lifetime, and their efforts to save as many people as they could had a sense of urgency behind them like we have never seen. Until now. We need to be like the disciples in those days, like Paul. Now, I'm not saying go out and hurt people's feelings. Not saying that at all. But we need to be honest with them so they either get right with the Lord or we know they are before it's too late. We need to have that sense of urgency because we are living in the end of days. The second coming of Jesus is drawing ever closer. This is evident with what is going on in the world. I won't get into that here, but I did make a video about that recently, which I will put a link to in the description below. The signs are there. Prophecies are starting to come to fruition. It is very likely that we will witness the second coming of Jesus in our lifetime with our very eyes. That thought should excite you. If it scares you, then you need to get right with the Lord. If you're already a Christian and it scares you, then you need to start developing a relationship with God and with Jesus. Now, just like in the days of the disciples, in the days of Paul, I might be wrong about the end of days just like they were. If I am, which, judging based on the events happening in the world right now, I don't think I am, but I could be. That's fine. Let it be said I was wrong. But what cannot be said about me is that I didn't act with a sense of urgency. It cannot be said that I didn't try to save as many people as I could. That I didn't try to warn those who would be lost if Jesus came right this moment. I am out here just as Paul was, trying to spread the gospel and reach the lost, the lukewarm. I am acting in accordance with what the Lord wants me to do based on his plan for my life. I am trying to instill that same sense of urgency that Paul had, that has been instilled in me. Can the same be said about you? Before I close this video out, I want to mention that I don't put myself on the same level as Paul or the disciples. I'm not even in the same ballpark. The point I do want to get across is that if someone like me, as flawed and imperfect as I am, can become energized by that sense of urgency and spread the gospel, try to reach those who are lukewarm or lost, then anyone can. I'm nobody special. Anyone can do what I do. Even if spreading the gospel or trying to warn others and save the lost isn't your calling, you don't have to worry. Just develop that relationship with the Lord and with Jesus. And that's my message for today. I hope you found something useful in today's message. Some encouragement, inspiration, or maybe just some comfort knowing that God is always working for your good. Please share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Also, if you have a story about how God touched your life or someone's life you know, email me. With your permission, I might want to turn it into a video. Even if you don't want me to share your story on my channel, email me. We can talk privately about your story or anything else you have going on. I'm happy to email back and forth about anything. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be great, and I would love that. But I want to mention that I don't do this for the views or the likes or to get as many subscribers as possible. I started this channel and make these videos to spread God's word, to spread hope, and to inspire, to allow Him to work through me with the hope that I can reach others. If I can get just one person to dedicate or rededicate their lives to the Lord, then I've done my job. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. God bless.